back to the channel. Today I went to the Columbus Expo and I got a few items. I went there 2 days. This will come out after those 2 days. The first day was I was able to talk with this guy, TackleTalk. It's a bass fishing podcast. Andrew Hayes, this is his. Thank you for signing it, Andrew. Appreciate that. Then I also seen another YouTuber, another guy that does a lot of great YouTube, and I absolutely love the way he teaches. His name is Berger, Bass Fishing HQ, and I've got some gloves from his fin fishing apparel company, which is actually his son. It's his son's name. And then while I was there, I decided to go ahead and get a big bladed chatterbait for $6. They had that on sale, so I might as well go ahead and get it. This one here is a 1/2 ounce chatterbait, big blade. Then I went to the Her booth. She makes apparel for women's fishing. She also fishes in the BFLs. She's like, I see her all the time on the BFLs. And she had a couple lures on sale. So I picked up a few. So I picked up this little bit of bladed jig here. So I ended up buying that. It does have it only has a molted in bait keeper. So, and then I also got a really nice chatterbait, or excuse me, a spinner bait. This is a 1/4 ounce, very nice, a really good flash to it. It's going to look like this. Plus it's got the nice little turtle shell dented blade on it. This will work really good down on the Ohio River. So I'm ecstatic about that. So there was a couple of those I went through, and then I swung by and I found some amazing hooks actually. I'm kind of interested to see how these are. These are flipping hooks. These are 5/0 flipping hooks. I don't know, katana flipping hooks, 5/0. So I got 2 of those, 2 packages of those. Those are $2 a piece. And then I was like, you know what? I make jigs with make Ned rigs with some 5/0 hooks. Here is 6/0 hooks, katana hooks. So 6/0, that'll be cool. I'll make some of those. I'll make some baits with those. And then I was going through and I was like, you know what? There was a crappie guy that was actually, I can't think of what the crappie place that he was at. Anyway, I really liked his buzzbait, and I don't know why I was drawn to this buzzbait, but it's a crappie style buzzbait. I love throwing buzzbaits around here, and they're Pro Tackle Crafters LLC out of Lowell, Ohio. So they're a local manufacturer, and you can see here, this is a 1/4 ounce buzzbait, and this is Pro Tackle Crafters LLC.com. You can see it down there at the bottom. I thought that was just fantastic. So of course I love throwing buzzbaits, and I was like, oh, that's a different color, and it's a 1/4 ounce. So it's really small with the bigger blade. And then as I was going through, I decided I would, this is Fulks custom cranks. And what he does is he'll take crankbaits and he repaints them and customized painting jobs. Well, this first one here is, as everyone knows, it's a Fritz size 5 biggin. And there you go, there's the color pattern. So it's your typical Fritz side, but it's repainted. And you can also tell because on the ones that are not repainted have the has this weight showing. So I got one of those, as well as I also bought I also purchased from that same area. I got a lot of cool stuff. I got this check magnet, and it's a, again, Fulks custom cranks, and it's got a purple hue to it, which I absolutely love. Everybody knows the check magnet, and this one here is just, I didn't know what color this is. This is supposed to be chartreuse, but this one has a crawdad style. I like that. Sweet, right? Very nice. Definitely got those colors done. He did a great job repainting those. And then one bait that I actually bought, that I absolutely love, and this is one color that I think will kill. So this is the Circuit Board Lip Floating Rico 5 OG series, right? This particular bait was actually supposed to be a tuxedo shad. Well, I don't think that's a tuxedo shad. But look at that color scheme. That is probably the most underrated color you can have. These two right here. So this particular bait in our rivers here in Dayton, Ohio, they have that blue hue, those crawdads do. And I absolutely love it. I think this was probably the best one I bought this weekend that I was at the fishing expo. Let's see, what else do we have here? I ended up buying a slobber knocker, 3/8 ounce, and this one is the hot crawl. I had to get another one of those. I absolutely love the slobber knockers. Killed them this year or last year with them. And that would be all for day number 1 items that I bought. So then on day 2, I went back and I was like, you know what? I told a guy, Psycho Baits, I specifically said, I said, hey Scott, how's it going? Scott Wilson is the owner of the Psycho Baits. And I said, buddy, if you have this thing available, I'm buying it. As everybody knows, I'm starting to get into these big glide baits and everything. And again, this is Psycho Fish Lures. Here's this information that you get with the card. You can pause it, take a photo of it, whatever. So Psycho Fish Lures, Scott. I ended up buying what I think is an amazing glide. There it is, look at that. This is it's a different kind of pattern, right? It's your typical shad pattern, but it also has that translucent or that the hue to it, right? And the color, the shift. If you can see that really good. Again, that's amazing. I mean, she's a nice heavy little bait. And then of course these spin, right? So these hooks spin. So the bait or the hooks spin so the fish can't throw them off. Nice little glide bait. I think it's kind of neat. It doesn't give you a full 90 degree. It gives you roughly a 25 degrees. So it's going to have a nice glide action to it. I like it. I think it's awesome. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. You'll never get this anywhere, if you go, unless you have a custom painter. So then I was walking around on the second day, and these guys were making their lures. Awesome. He's just starting out. He handcrafts the football jigs and different jigs plus spinner baits and everything else. And it's called Bass Hound Lures. It's jig, spinner baits, and used reels. Here is his information. His sons are actually helping him do this. You go over there, check those guys out, check his workout. It's amazing. There's their information. Look them up on, I think he said Facebook, so look them up there on Facebook, And then of course their card is like, I like their design. That's really cool. So as I'm talking to him, I said, don't be afraid to get the stuff out there. I think they did a great job. I really, really, truly enjoy. I think he had these spinner baits for, I want to say they were like $6. I mean, you can't beat it, right? You can't beat a spinner bait. This is a 1/4 ounce blue and brown with the kicker blade, Colorado blade, the nice little thump, all right? So there, and look at the bait keeper. That's different, that's unique. So I've never seen any one of them like that. Nice, sharp, stout hook. Point on it's pretty sharp, right? I'm gonna use this down the river. They said they use it in the river all the time and they caught it. It's just unique because look, the blades are not your typical blade. You can see it goes flat here and then curves down. So it gives it a nice little thump. Anyway, check those guys out. I'm going to probably more than likely purchase some more from them. He was awesome. So then more stuff. My wife hates it whenever I go shopping, right? Did some checking out some of the Ohio charters. Some of those guys, checked out those guys somewhat. And then I went back to TackleTalk Podcast booth, and he had jig heads along with buzz baits. And like I said, I'm a buzz bait. I love buzz baits. I love throwing buzz baits, and I love throwing them on the river, especially these. These are going to kill on the river. But first, these are Jig Masters. These are the perfect swim base sled, silver, 1/4 ounce, right? You get a 4-pack, and it was like $4. And it has the screw lock to them. I enjoy that. I love it. I love the screw lock. I love 6-inch does the screw lock, and I absolutely love it. This here is perfect for what I'm going to show you in a little bit. But look at that hook. It's just perfect, right? Nice sled. It's going to come over those rocks really well, and it's going to have that bait keeper there to keep it stout. So I got 1/4 ounce of those. It's pretty heavy, right? And then I got 3/16 ounce buzz baits. And these are micro buzz, right? These are designed by Andrew Hayes with a company. They do have the screw lock, right? Throw a paddle tail on there, throw a small paddle tail. I think these will work really great. I got a black and a silver head at 3/16 of an ounce. So can't complain. And then I hit one more area after that. because everybody knows I do jigs and everything, so I had to get me some skirts. I bought some different skirts here. I like that color. Something different. This is something really different. I don't even know why I got this. It was different. It's like candy cane, I guess. Nice chartreuse and black. I can really get into that, the yellow chartreuse. And then this color I've never seen before either. And this is the, it doesn't even say, orange. Thanks. It's typical orange, right? So I could use that on my jig heads. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to get some of these. I haven't tried these yet. This is the Missile Baits collaboration with Hog Farmer. And it's also known as the Spunk Shad, right? So this is the Spunk Shad Bombshell is what they call this color. I like it. It gives you a different hue color to it. In person, it's much better. 3.5 inch Spunk Shad. Really great on those bladed jigs or, you know, in the back of those bladed jigs. Then I also got the same color Bombshell of the Mini D chunk. This works really great, especially flipping and pitching and on those little micro jigs, like the Ike micro jigs that they have, or even I have some of my own. But what I'm ecstatic about is taking one of these jig heads and pairing it up with Jacob Wheeler's new collaboration with Rapala. This here is called the Mayor. This is the Sexy Shad. Look at the color of that. This is the 3-inch swim bait. And it'll be awesome with that head. It gives a finesse presentation. And you know what was really awesome? I got to see Jacob Wheeler live and in person, demonstrating how he would use those baits in forward-facing sonar, which I have a video coming out on that as a co-angler. But I absolutely love the fact that he took the time to do that, and then I got to meet him and he signed my MLF calendar that came in the mail. So that was cool. I was glad to see him. That was neat. But those are all the things I got at the Columbus Fishing Expo. I will be at the Cincinnati Fishing Expo. It's going to be March 1st and 2nd. It's only a 2-day event. So I believe March 1st and 2nd is the Friday and a Saturday. So they're only going to have the Cincinnati Expo on Friday and Saturday. So at least I will be there on Friday. Let's see what else. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I have for today's video. Let me know in the comments section, have you ever used any of these baits? Have you ever seen any of them? What about glide baits? You know, I'm starting to get into that. Big glide bait, big swim baits. I'm also using the little ones, obviously. Let me know in the comment section below if you used any of these lures and what do you think about them. Give me some tricks. You know, this is an open forum, right? It's not whether I know how to do it and you guys don't know anything, and I don't want that. You know, this is a place that we gather, get some information, get it out to the masses. So that is it. That is it for this video. Thank you for clicking on the video. I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, God bless Skylines. We are out of here. Deuces.